On Daf 83 of Yoma, we get this crazy story about the importance of washing yourself after meals. So what is the story? These three rabbis they're on the road, and they stop at an innkeeper. And one rabbi looks at this innkeeper and hears his name, is like, ooh, this guy's bad. And he has this feeling, he makes interpretations about names. The other two rabbis don't do this, they don't make interpretations about names, and they trust the guy. So when Shabbat comes in, they go ahead and they give him their wallets and say, please look over these things. Now, he's an untrustworthy guy and he steals their money. But the first rabbi, he didn't trust him, so he went out and he buried his wallet in the backyard, and he happened to bury it like right where the guy had buried his father. And over Shabbat, this guy has a dream from his father saying, there's all this money buried with me. You got to dig this up. And the innkeeper's kind of flummoxed about this, and he goes to the guy who'd buried the money there, and he said, I had this dream. He says, you can never trust dreams you have on Shabbat. He's covering up, and after Shabbat, he goes and takes his money back. But the other two guys, they ask for their money back from the innkeeper. He says, what money? I didn't give you anything. And they turn to this other rabbi and says, well, why didn't you give him your money? It's like, well, I knew he was a thief. It's like, well, why didn't you tell us? Well, I wasn't sure. I didn't want to go say something that wasn't true about him. So anyway, they go and they plot, and how are we going to get this back? And they notice the guy he's got lentils on his beard here. They can see that's what he's eating. So they go to his wife and they say, your husband, the guy's out drinking, they see him with this food. It says, your husband told us you're supposed to give us our wallets back. And the signal, so that that we really heard from him, is that he said to tell you that you served lentils for dinner. So the wife had served lentils for dinner, and she says, okay, that only my husband would know that, right? So she gives him back the wallets, and the husband gets home, and he is absolutely furious that she gave back the wallets, so he kills her. Therefore, we learn that washing up after a meal, that this is something that actually saves lives, because had this guy washed himself up, he wouldn't have had lentils in his beard, and he wouldn't have killed his wife. Another great lesson out of the Gemara.